Well, the Dolphins are in the playoffs.
Hey, my wife already said it to y'all, right? The Dolphins is in the playoffs. We made it. By the hairs of our chins. But we made it. Hey, and I'll be the first to say, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs. All right? We ain't, if we just ain't sorry, like 11-6, really 9-6. 9-6 to the Jets. Now, I know the Jets got a great defense. I ain't going to take nothing from them. That boy Sauce, he a beast. Too bad Tyreek was hobbled, you know, and he couldn't really give him that work. But, I mean, they're good. They're good. They held our passing game down, but we was able to run all over them boys. Ooh, we ran on them. Oh, yeah, we did that. And we ran when we needed to run, we was able to run, except for at the very end when we couldn't get that first down. But at the end of the day, a win is a win, is a win, is a win, is a win. It don't matter how ugly it is. Y'all know my saying, a win is a win, is a win, is a win, is a win, is a win. Plain and simple, we'll take the dub. Thank you, Patriots, for folding. Y'all lost that game. Y'all kept it, boy, y'all kept it competitive. You had us sweating for a minute. But then the Bills showed why they're going to murder us next week, right? So, hey, it is what it is, but we in the playoffs. Y'all can stop saying Dolphins ain't been in the playoffs since such and such. We in there. All right, we made it to the dance. We'll see what happens. We know what's going to happen. But, you know, well, for the most part, I mean, you never know. We got a puncher's chance. You never know. The last two times we played them, we won, and we lost close. Could we win again? You know, time will tell. We'll find out. I'll tell you what, if Skylar starts, we ain't winning. Now, I know this ain't the time to be getting on Skylar. And Skylar really didn't play that bad. But he ain't Tua, right? The offense just don't move. Even when you lose, the offense still don't move the way it moved with Tua. It just don't. Can we stop with the whole Tua is no better? Tua's better than these guys. All right? He's better than them. Plain and simple. He's, like my brother said, he's head and shoulders, and we might need to add feet above them two quarterbacks. When he's in there, the offense just flows better. Yes, still in that. He be struggling. He's been struggling the last the 4 weeks that he was in there, right? He was struggling. 3 of them games. Well, 2.5 really, because the second half against the Packers, and then the first 2 games, and then the Buffalo game, he didn't really struggle. He struggled for 2.5 of them games. But he was still putting up some points. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was putting up some points. Like, he still had big plays. Tua's going to get you a few big plays in the game. Even against San Francisco, he had 2 big plays in the game. Like, Tua is able to do certain things that these other quarterbacks can't do because they can't throw with anticipation as well, which leads to guys being... Here's another thing I want to talk about real quick, and then we'll get to all the good stuff. Because we're in the playoffs. If you just tuning in, by the way, we in the playoffs, right? We in the playoffs. Tua had guys running wide open on his first read. A lot. He had guys running wide open on his first read in San Francisco. He had guys running wide open on his first read against Buffalo. He had guys running wide open on his first read against Packers early. Why wasn't no guys running wide open last week or this week? What's going on? So all of a sudden, can't nobody run wide open? You telling me that only wide open receivers happen with Tua? Something's a little fishy. Maybe Tua's throwing guys open too. Maybe. You know, because he is throwing with anticipation to his first read. And, you know, these guys are catching the football, and some of the times they're wide open, and some of the times he's throwing into space. But whatever he was doing, it was working. These quarterbacks here, Teddy and Skyler, they ain't Tua. Let's knock it off. All right, we see that clearly. 9 points, we see that clearly. Clearly, them boys ain't Tua. Now, let's talk about the W. Okay, we got some rounds of applause to give out for this game. And we're going to save the best for last. Round of applause to the defense. When we needed you, you stepped up. Yes, you played a third string quarterback. Yes, you let Wilson do whatever the heck he wanted to do. But you won the game. Garrett Wilson, by the way, not the quarterback, because he ain't play. But you won the game. You did what you needed to do. You got the stops we needed so that we could execute just enough on offense to get 3 field goals, and you did that. Defense won us this game. I appreciate y'all boys for finally winning the game that matters and propelling us into the playoffs. Defense as a whole, round of applause. Josh Boyer, you bought yourself a week. Now, another round of applause goes to Skylar Thompson. Although we didn't win the game because of Skylar didn't make much mistakes. He played mistake-free football. Didn't throw no interceptions like Tua probably would have. Let's just be honest, right? Tua would have put up more points. Tua probably would have threw more interceptions. He didn't take a whole bunch of sacks. He was getting rid of the football. What I loved about Skylar, he was taking what was there. Yes, sometimes he probably could have gone downfield, but if he didn't, he got to his check down fast. Tua could learn something from Skylar in the way Skylar was playing. Real talk. Love that. Kept us on schedule. Yes, there were some delay of game things that were happening, and some of it was communication. And yes, there was a fumble that a snap that went over his head that wasn't his fault. And yes, he was getting sacked sometimes because the offensive line was put together with duct tape and rubber bands, the thin rubber bands, the ones that the ladies be putting in their hair, the real thin ones. Them. It was held together with that, and it was leaky sometimes. So, you know, he had to make do. Wish he could move up in the pocket faster and quicker and have more quick twitch about him in the pocket, but he ain't Tua. So I can't expect all that. And sometimes his footwork was off. But like I said, he ain't Tua, right? So it is what it is. He gets props for making sure that he didn't give the game away. Like we've seen in the past with other quarterbacks on our squad, giving the game away. Or like he did last week, where he helped give the game away, right? So he did better than last week. He helped us out a lot. We don't get this win without him playing mistake-free football. Round of applause for him. Mostert. Yes, he did get hurt in the game. But that man ran hard all doggone game. Breaking tackles, running catch, smack over. To the point where they had to leave a game. Right now, I hope he's okay. He had a concussion. I hope he's okay. You know what I'm saying? But the man was running hard, right? Until he had to leave with his own injury. And then Wilson came in, and he did work. And then Ahmed came in, and he did some work at the very end. Props to the run game. Run game did a tremendous job in this game here, okay? Offensive line was up and down, so I'm not really going to give them nothing for that. Last but not least, well, 2 more. Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel, I'm going to give you a short round of applause because you, my friend, played or coached one heck of a game, but it wasn't perfect. We did have some miscues and some bad play calls from time to time, but mostly you did what you needed to do. You stuck with the run. All right, you stuck with the run. We got to give you props for that because you haven't always done that. You stuck with it today, and it got you to a W. Love what you did there. Running the football, some of the creative runs that we had. It was really good. It was really good to see. We beat up on a team that if they were any bit competent on offense, we would have lost. But, you know, defense came to play. We were also playing the Jets, so it just is what it is there, right? They ain't that good on offense. And we got the dub. So I'm going to give them a round of applause for sticking to the run and for us getting the W, all right? Because coaching has to do with picking up the W. It has to do with that. Now, last but not least, y'all already know who it is, man. We've been dogging that man all year. I done said that man lost his foot, blah, blah, blah. He don't deserve the money, all this and that. Well, guess what? The golden foot is back. Jason Sanders, my friend, you get the best and biggest round of applause. That man found his doggone foot at the exact right time that we needed him to find his doggone foot. 3 for 3 on the day, including a 50-yard game-winning field goal to seal it and put us in the doggone playoffs. You, my friend, deserve all your money now. All right, you get all your bread back until you miss one in the playoffs that kicks us out. You get all your bread back, right? Because that's what we need you for. When it's time to get into the playoffs, off of the kick, we need you to make it. It was 50 yards. Yes, it wasn't no 59 or nothing like they were thinking about having him kick, but he made it. That's all that matters. 50-yard kick. He was 1 for 5. Now he 2 for 6. He made the kick that mattered most to get us into the playoffs. Reminds me of Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal used to ask him about his free throws, man. Why are you so sorry of free throws? Hey, I might be sorry of free throws, but I'll make them when they count. Now, that's a horrible voice of Shaq impersonation, but you get what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Shaq always used to say, when they count, you know what I'm saying, I make them. Which all field goals, free throws count, by the way. But I know what he meant. At the end of the game, when he needs to make them, he makes them. Sanders made the kick that matters. I have to give that man his props for that. Now, moving forward, yes, we got to play Buffalo. We don't know what time yet. Of course, I'll give you updates throughout the rest of the week, and we'll go through all that together. But we got to hope some things. Otherwise, we have no chance. Right now, we have no chance of winning. If Tua, Armstead, and Tyreek can be healthy enough to play this game. Now, I know Tua's a long shot. We don't know what's really going on with Tua at this point. He's a long shot. If they're able to play, that gives us the best chance to win. Maybe we don't get blown out as bad, or maybe we even can pull off the biggest upset of the season. But without them, 10%. With them, 30%. You see where I'm at? So, in my opinion, right? Some of y'all are going to probably dog me, say we win the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. I'll see it. I'll see it. If I see it, then I'll believe it, right? So, I believe in my squad, but I'm not delusional. We're in the playoffs. That's all that matters to me at this point, although we don't deserve it. The team that deserved to make the playoffs wasn't able to get in. It was Pittsburgh because they got hot at the right time. Jets didn't deserve to make the playoffs. We didn't deserve to make the playoffs. Patriots didn't deserve to make the playoffs. The Steelers did because they got hot at the right time. but it was too little, too late. So we in there. Is what it is. We'll try to make do. And hey, Tua, Skylar, Teddy, y'all did just enough. Because all of y'all contributed. Y'all did just enough to get us into the doggone playoffs. Ending it off with Skylar so far. And let's see if he passes the baton back to Tua. We don't know. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Y'all already know what it is. Fins up till we die. We in the playoffs, baby. I'm out.